Lost. I don't know how to get out. What? The exit sign stopped. Good morning. Yeah, it is morning, obviously. Of course it's morning. What am I talking about? It's like 10 a.m. I'm gonna take you today on an exciting ride. Oh, what? Today I'm going to take you to some fancy houses, one of which is Elizabethan, the other one of which I think is also originally Elizabethan. Ooh, I'm in Somerset, it's a nice day, it's perfect temperature for cycling. So get ready to historic house. Fun fact, this is National Cycle Route 33. It's lovely, look, it's traffic free. Not all of it, obviously, but this section is. Gosh, this is France level of rustic farmland cycleways. So I'm feeling quite conflicted at the moment because it's a Tuesday, 10 a.m. Why get you out on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. rather than working? Well, because I still don't have a job. I've been unemployed for a few months now, and I have been trying. I have been trying. Unfortunately, the job market is very different from what it was 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago actually, when I joined my last company. Tech layoffs are never fun, but in this economy, they're really not fun because it turns out that you can't get another job. So that's pretty stressful. It's summer, I can ride my bike whenever I want to. That's awesome. That is not without its pluses, I must admit. I'm having a great time on the bike. But we all love a coffee stop and a cake stop. Can I financially justify that right now? Probably not. So it's a bit stressful. It took me ages then to even work out what village I was in. Couldn't see any signs. I'm in Ilminster. So I thought I'd see some fancy houses today because these are the houses of aristocrats of yore, and aristocrats are also people who don't work. You know, I wanted to be with my people. There's a bit of a difference between aristocrats who owned vast mansions and me, but we do have one thing in common. We don't work. Ugh, yikes. This is Barrington, a village made of handstone and home to Barrington Court, fancy house number 1. All fancy houses have an orchard, it's the law. I'm just gonna leave my bike here while I have a quick nose around, because who is coming to a fancy house to steal a bike? You know what I mean? Welcome to the kitchen garden of Barrington Court. That's exactly how I feel today. Just me and my goose. This is an incredible house. It's actually 2 houses next to each other. And like most incredible houses in this country, you've got to acknowledge the fact that this one I think was built and one of them was renovated. I guess that one was renovated off of colonial money. So this was Lyle of Tate and Lyle, the sugar company, which is responsible for the golden syrup cake, Lyle's golden syrup cake, which is delicious, but this is colonial money. Taking a bit of a risk here because this is the route, but there's a sign at the end that says road closed. But the problem is those signs never say which road is closed, and often it's only closed for cars and pedestrians can get through. And handily, if you have a bike and you get off your bike, you're a pedestrian. Just went past another sign saying it's going to be closed for internet from today for 26 days. Whoa, I've come quite a long way, I don't really want to go back. Yay, found the closure. It's brand new, they're just digging up the road now. I asked some very friendly work chaps if I could come up here, and they're like, yeah, sure, this road isn't closed. I'm almost at Ham Hill, which is a country park, and it's a hill made of hamstone. Hamstone, not much to do with ham, I'm afraid, but it is a golden coloured stone of the hills around here, and that's why all of the houses here look the same, because they're all made of this extraordinary golden stone. Tell you what, these lanes are blissfully quiet, apart from all the bugs. If people are wondering where all the insects are, you know, I've heard for ages, and I fully believe it, but there are no insects and bugs anymore in the countryside. Like when I was a kid and you'd drive anywhere, the windscreen would be covered in dead bugs. You never get that anymore, which is weird and awful and sad, but they're all here. They're all here. They're all here in Somerset. They're all here in Somerset. I have had so many try to get into my eyes, nose, and mouth. Granted, it doesn't look like much on GoPro, and to be fair, it's not very much. It's smaller than literally any Devon hill, but hey ho, it is a hill fort, so that is earthen ramparts and stuff, like over 2,000 years old, over 3,000 years old. Oh god, it's too hot for this. Anyway, and then the Romans occupied it 2,000 years ago because they love to occupy stuff around here. Did us a service. You know, got aqueducts out of it, got a lot of mosaic. I hope you guys aren't coming to me for history. Whoa, that is one fancy gate. We're gonna go in the front door, or the back door? I guess this is the front door, for the aristos. See what I mean about the golden houses? This is a very fancy house. If you are a Wolf Hall watcher, this featured in that. And Sense and Sensibility as well. Pretty fancy. It's got a lovely garden. Oh my lord. This is fancy. This qualifies as a fancy house. It's got a tree fern. This lovely house is original Elizabethan. Isn't that crazy? And it has remained the same. It hasn't been changed, it hasn't been, you know, altered or anything. This is actually just how it was built. It was built for a politician who was the Speaker of the House in the House of Commons, which certainly suggests that they got paid a lot more than they do now. Although, I don't know, they get paid a lot now, let's face it, because they're all on boards of private companies. But this is a big house. This was built for him. That's wild. Think of all the vacuuming. Lost. I don't know how to get out. What? The exit sign stopped. Genuinely, I cannot find my way out. Well, those were the two main fancy houses. I saw quite a lot of others, which must have been like 6, 7, 8 bedroom houses. Obviously really old, but they're owned by people and they live in them, so I couldn't take you on a tour of those ones. Somerset is really full of massive country mansions, many of which are owned by the National Trust because they're just impossible to upkeep by the actual family who own them now. Anyway, I'm a National Trust member because they own most of the land and car parks in Cornwall and Devon, it seems, so it makes a lot of sense. But that's how I managed to get in today without paying a ton of money. They have cafes too, but while they have great vegan sausage rolls, I will give them that, their coffee and their scone game is, it's not good.